The vice presidential debates are always interesting because it's sort of the two understudies, people who could potentially become president of the United States.
The vice presidential debate is happening under the umbrella of a general political consensus that the president objectively struggled in a debate performance that he needed to succeed in.
I think the developments over the past couple of days certainly raised the stakes for the vice presidential debate, where you have President Trump having contracted the coronavirus.
Pence has tested negative for coronavirus after the outbreak at the White House that, of course, led to these dramatic images of him being taken to Walter Reed Hospital on Marine One, doctor briefings all weekend, and White House aides reporting that the president wasn't doing well. I mean, there's just a lot of drama.
You also remember that Mike Pence was the head of the coronavirus task force for President Trump. Coronavirus and the Trump administration's response is really front and center right now.
The coronavirus is the number one issue that Republicans and Trump's campaign don't want to be talking about right now. They'd rather be talking about the economy. They want to be talking about the Supreme Court nomination.
Harris has really sort of drawn this reputation among Democrats for her prosecutorial style. And at times, as we saw her kind of prosecute the case against her now teammate, Joe Biden, she was quite effective in landing the attack.
And she was bused to school every day. And that little girl was me.
The vice presidential debate could actually be a mirror of the presidential debates.
President Trump did a phenomenal job.
Mike Pence is somebody who tries not to get ruffled, who likes to just dig down into policy and not get into political brawls. On the other side, you have Kamala Harris, who loves getting in political brawls. We saw that in the Senate when she was sitting on the Senate Judiciary Committee and asking President Trump's Supreme Court nominees really tough questions.
The only difference is that you have been accused of sexual assault.
Kamala Harris has been in Salt Lake City for a day or two. She's been preparing for a while. Pete Buttigieg, one of her former Democratic rivals, has been playing Mike Pence. Of course, Buttigieg and Pence both come from Indiana. They themselves have had interactions in the past. Buttigieg sort of knows Pence quite well.
Your quarrel, sir, is with my creator.
Democrats certainly are kind of salivating at the prospect of her and Mike Pence going up against one another, thinking that she will get the better of him. But Mike Pence has also been, an effective debater in his own right. 4 years ago, probably most people gave him the win against Tim Kaine.
I want to say thanks to everyone that's looking in tonight, who understands what an enormously important time this is in the life of our nation.
This vice presidential debate was something that kind of got overlooked, as it often does in presidential campaigns. But all of a sudden, you have someone who is first in line for the presidency while the president is potentially sick with a deadly virus, traveling to another state, debating in an indoor room with an audience, and then having to defend why the president got sick and how the president's policies may have led to that in a way that underscores how vulnerable Republicans are in this election to coronavirus. It's tough to underscore how high those stakes are, especially for Republicans.